Hello, my name is Hudson Lana, and I chose Providence Canyon as my tourist destination for my project. I have always wanted to go to the Grand Canyon, and when I heard about and saw pictures of this little Grand Canyon, as some call it, I knew I had to visit it. I mean, it was a cheaper, closer, smaller, and less crowded option, so why not? These canyons are in a city called Lumpkin, Georgia. This is about 2.5 hours away from Tallahassee, as you can see. This is the perfect distance for a road trip with some friends. And ever since I was little, I loved camping with my family, so I wanted to bring the camping experience to college and go camping with my friends and maybe even start a little tradition. From that point of even thinking that, I already knew the answer to my question: is ecotourism still alive? And I mean, the answer eventually was yes, because people still do want this experience of ecotourism. I wanted a camping experience and the hike of a lifetime with beautiful views, and this is exactly what I got. During my visit, I found endless reasons to grow in my interest, and I wanted to learn a lot more as I went through the trip. From the moment I began to plan the trip, I already knew I'd be welcomed by the friendliest people ever, and I wasn't disappointed with this either. The receptionist at the campsite actually answered a couple of questions for me during our interview, and she was able to tell me what people in Lumpkin think of tourism for Providence Canyon and how this small town living has continued in a city with this popular tourist attraction. I mean, it's a place close to three capital cities: the capital of Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. It is a perfect place for people to go with their coworkers or with their friends, and it's cheap and it's beautiful. Providence Canyon brings Lumpkin popularity, jobs, and the maintenance of the small town living, as I mentioned before. There isn't much to the history of Providence Canyon itself, except for the fact that it was caused by poor farming back in the 1800s. However, the city of Lumpkin is rich with history. It was actually named after a Georgia governor who later became a United States representative and senator. His name was Wilson Lumpkin. The city later became even more popular thanks to the canyons and to it being home to the first historic preservation project. This project not only protected the canyons, but the rare plum leaf azalea. It's a beautiful flower, and many photographers come to Providence Canyon just to photograph this flower as well as the canyons, and that's just one way it brings people in. Providence Canyon and its preservation project also kindled small town tourism in Georgia. It wasn't that big of a thing before Providence Canyon existed, and now there are numerous cities all around Georgia that utilizes the small town tourism. The camping experience with my friends was a blast. The sights were beautiful, the history was rich, and the park was a great choice for a trip. During my stay, I was able to gain information for this project and learn that ecotourism is still alive and well. There are plenty of people working hard to keep these tourist destinations running, and plenty of people visiting these beautiful attractions. For information on how you can have the same experience at Providence Canyon or a different experience at one of Georgia's many state parks, you can go to the Georgia State Park website and learn more about all these different destinations. I highly recommend Providence Canyon, and I hope you have a great and safe trip if you do choose to go. Thank you.